Hey there, everybody. Pete here from Comic Book Geezers. Welcome to another edition of the show, and my co-host extraordinaire over here, as always.
Hello again, comic book fans. I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic. Thanks again for being here for another episode of Comic Book Geezers. We are doing a tribute to the artist Jim Steranko today.
Yeah, that's right. Another artist spotlight on one of the greats. Look at that. I mean, come on.
Hulk Annual #1.
Guest star on the Inhumans. That's like
Yes.
classic Steranko cover right there. And he's like, I think Steranko is, we kind of talked about the same thing with Mike Plug a couple weeks ago. It's like he's one of those guys that didn't really do a ton with Marvel, but man, did he make an impact. And it's like, I wish he would have done a lot more.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that he worked on was just so great. But kind of like, it's like, boom, here's a bunch of cool stuff, and then see you later, right?
One of the coolest Marvel comic book covers ever. It's up there. It's in the top 10.
Here it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm showing it right off.
You were not showing the original, though.
No, I'm not. This is as close as I'm going to get to it. I bought this off the rack when it came out, this one. Did you? Or did you get that from Mrs. Weber?
I got this from Mrs. Weber. When I was like, 4 or 5 years old.
Brown noser.
I know.
Good for you.
All right, so you know what? While we're showing Captain America, let me show you the couple others that he did.
Yeah.
So he only worked on 3 issues. So that's number
it?
110. That's it.
Then he got fired?
No, he moved on to something else, or he left because I don't think he did much after that. He did like the Shield.
Did he go back to DC Comics?
He might have. Yeah, he might have. So here's
'Cause
111.
he worked for DC too, didn't he?
Yes. Here's 111, and then Bill's favorite Captain America Batman cover,
Yes.
number 113 with the gravesite. And these, this is legendary stuff. He was so good on Captain America. Yeah. But it was only these 3 issues, sadly.
Wow.
But what an impact he made. And then, where he started with Marvel was Strange Tales, so specifically working on the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So here, this cover is with Steranko and Jack Kirby working together.
That's nice.
Right, yeah, and I think that he just had this way with, like, very kind of human-looking characters.
Just number 151
151, yep. Here's 152. Here's 155, and again, he did the Hydra.
Definitely cool.
Definitely, yeah, and he, it's kind of like, he was good with, like, this kind of like James, I always think of James Bond, kind of, if you were to kind of convert James Bond and all the characters, the espionage and spies and all that kind of stuff, he was perfect doing stuff like that. I mean, look at this. Baron Strucker right there. And then here, here we got him fighting around with Cap. Okay.
Oh.
Classic, right? And look at this. Him and Cap against the Yellow Claw. I mean, it doesn't get much. Look at how epic that is.
That is really cool.
And Steranko and also Paul Gulacy, who would follow later on in the Master of Kung Fu series, had this way of bringing like this cinematic approach, I think, to comic art. And I just love all of his work with the Nick Fury character. And just look at this. And we got some that are coming up that are like, some of these are like poster ready. And look at the facial expressions on Nick Fury.
You say, look. See that? The arg.
Arg.
The upside. Yeah.
Getting the best of me.
And I like the emphasis on the fist.
Yeah.
Definitely cool.
And perhaps, if it's not my favorite Steranko cover, it's number 2.
It's, again, another Marvel classic covers of all time.
This is just amazing. You got the red, white, and blue. You got all the notable agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on the move, led by Fury.
On the march.
And Fury with the gun and that outfit, this is like iconic. I absolutely adore this cover. It's so good. I would love this on a t-shirt. If I had this on a poster, I'd put it up on my wall. So of course, after he graduated from the Strange Tales and they gave him his own series, Steranko continued on. Here's another classic Steranko cover, the first issue. Notice how kind of like psychedelic that is, right?
The 60s.
Right, late 60s?
It's all the 60s going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Laughing.
And then number 2, fighting this giant kind of robot creature here.
You have the whole run.
I got the whole run, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I got both runs,
I have
actually.
like 5 issues, I think.
Here, number 3. I mean, just look at how
again,
haunted
Batman cover.
Right, exactly, yep. And then number 4.
This is psychedelic, zebra psychedelic.
Yep.
What do you got there?
Number 5. Again, psychedelic, right? Big time.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6. Not the best number 6 that you're ever going to see.
Oh, yeah.
But
you got a chunk missing out of yours.
Yeah. But I got it for free.
Color.
You know? It's still, even though it's got a chunk missing, it's not the most important chunk that's missing, luckily.
Because you almost don't even notice it, except in the logo.
And
look, we'll put them back to back. See, it's like, Now, you know what I never noticed?
This ripped before.
Look,
No.
Look at this. Look at this right here.
The Earth?
What does that remind you of? The Yes album, Fragile.
Oh.
By Roger Dean. Doesn't that look exactly like the exploding planet on the Yes album?
Okay.
Big time. I never noticed that before. That's uncanny.
I got this for free because it was ripped. I got this from our buddy Kirk. So if you have any complaints about the rip, you can send your correspondence to Kirk. But thanks, Kirk. So this is the oldest in my collection for the Nick Fury Shield.
Oh, you need to get all the others. They're so good.
Yeah.
All the ones I showed, they're so good. And they're not that expensive. They're definitely affordable. And this is the last one he would work on the Shield issue. This is number 7. Also a really cool one. I love this. It just looks total sci-fi.
This has a Salvador Dali look to it.
Yep.
With the drippy, melty acid trip effect.
Very cool. Yeah, I
Up in
love
the clouds.
Yep.
There's no foundation.
Yep.
No earth underneath.
There.
Yeah, floating piece of rock.
I love the work he did on the Nick Fury run. Just such.
He also was an inker. He did inks sometimes, like with Gene Colan doing this cover. Steranko did the inks. Daredevil number 44, new to my collection.
Yeah, it's nicely done.
Yeah, nice.
Guest starring
The Jester. He's around a lot. This guy in the early post 100 issues. Then he got a call from the Fantastic Four. Can you do a cover for us, Jim? So yeah, I will. Okay.
Nicely done.
Yeah, this one's been in my collection for a long time. I only had like maybe 8 or 9 Fantastic Fours originally in my collection, and this was one of them. Fighting Omega, not Omega the Unknown, right. Omega the Known villain. I knew all about that before he came out. And he also did, well, how good is he with Barbarians, Wild Bill? He's pretty damn good. Jim Steranko cover for Thongor, Creatures on the Loose. Thongor went about maybe, I'm going to guess and say about maybe 10 issues, maybe 8. Went from like issue 21, I think, through issue 30. Something like that. Or 29.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
30 was it went from like 21 to 29, I think, Thongor. But again, great detail. I like the snakes. I like this little golden skeleton with the axe. He's got a Conan look about him. Thongor,
yeah, totally.
Kull, Conan, are all basically the same barbarian type. But yeah, this is it for Thongor having his own title for a little while in Creatures on the Loose, which was another exploratory book. They put the Man-Wolf in there. Creatures on the Loose.
So I want to show some panels from Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. #1. Again, just to get a kind of feel of the, this whole spy espionage, just kind of like
Cold War.
Yeah.
Which was hot back then.
Yeah. And just really great attention to detail. I mean, this is not cartoony stuff at all, boys and girls. Really, really good stuff. In fact, Bill's going to show you some additional stuff there.
Yes.
He also did some horror stuff.
Tower of Shadows, cover by John Romita. Again, more. This eventually became Creatures on the Loose. First 9 issues, but here's the insight. Steranko did the story. Well, he did the art. Stan Lee did the story, but Steranko did the art for the first story. This is 2 different stories in this book. But Steranko had talent. Let's see what else we could show you.
Yeah, it's just unmistakable.
There you go. He's got great detail. Like the... Yeah, Jim Steranko. I heard he doesn't like to do autographs.
Oh, really?
He'll do them, but I heard he's not a fan. It's not easy to get an autograph from him, I heard it's easier for him to do autographs for women than men.
All right, so I got the Ultimate Splash page here. Look at that. Look at that.
Nice.
That doesn't get much better than that. Look at it.
Very cool. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, again, one of our favorites, a guy I would have loved to have seen more from.
But the bottom panel here. Very good detail.
Yeah.
And a lot of his are like multiple pictures. You know, he's good at doing that multiple picture storytelling.
Yeah.
At the same time. Like this one right here, we're going up the stairs. 2 panels.
Panel by panel every step of the way almost.
But it makes a complete picture.
Yeah.
Unique style.
And he probably was one of the best at drawing like human expressions and whatnot. Really good with the human characters.
But again, he's got the Mike Plug factor going on. You're in for 3 issues, then you got to get out.
Yeah.
Like, why?
It's tough when you have like such an impactful artist making a stamp on a comic, and then someone else has to kind of follow in those big footsteps. And in so many cases, it's not easy. I mean, many have done it.
Frank Robbins did it a lot. Following people's footsteps,
not so successfully, right?
But messing things up.
But look at John Buscema was perfect at that because he followed in Kirby's footsteps not once but twice with Thor and Fantastic Four. Did a great job. He followed in Conan. He followed Barry Windsor Smith. Did a great job. So there are guys who can do that, but there are others that not so much. So, but anyway,
Steranko was definitely in a league of his own. You can see it, and.
Would you say, so we showed every cover here that he did for Marvel. Would you say that this is probably the best, the most iconic?
Yeah, I'm going to say
I would say,
so.
hold that up. I would say that is probably followed by the one that I pulled before. I would say these are definitely my 2 favorites.
Yeah. And that Captain America, what's that, 118?
The one with the grave?
Yeah.
That is 113.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's very cool, too.
That's up there.
Yeah. They're all great. I mean, this is great too. I mean, can't go wrong with these. You really cannot.
So, in conclusion, the guy's great.
Yes.
We love him.
We love him. We wish he would have done more. But,
this was tough for me because I really don't have a lot from my collection that has him in it. I'm sure there's more in there. I just didn't have enough time this week. Did a lot of overtime these past 2 weeks, 17 hours. So I don't have time to sift through the collection and do as much research.
Well, there's not that much. Like I said, I have. I think the only one I don't have is the shirt you're wearing, which neither one of us has.
I don't have this. This is
big bucks.
Yeah, it is
big bucks.
Anyway, that's it for this episode. I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here. Thank you for your comments and your subscriptions. We appreciate your support. Please click the like button if you like this video and hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime we have new content.
That's
you won't skip a beat.
That's right. So, and if you forget to do that, and if you do, every Wednesday and Friday we're here. So you can look forward. Every morning we'll have, or sometime during the day, some new videos for everybody. And so we'll be, more artist spotlights, more favorite covers, more fun stuff, more rants, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. And
we'll be right back.
See you next time.
See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.